Hello, superheroes and supervillains. It's your friend, Sean PVS 101. Welcome back to another brand new movie review on my channel. And today's movie review I'm going to review is the new recent live-action Spider-Man movie I'm going to review. In today's movie review I'm going to review is Spider-Man No Way Home. Yes, I'm going to review on Spider-Man No Way Home. This movie was released on December of 2021. This movie is once again directed by John Watts. This is the third MCU Spider-Man movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and this is the ninth movie. This is the ninth live-action Spider-Man movie from the Spider-Man franchise. This movie is starring Tom Holland yet again, as Peter Parker / Spider-Man, Zoe Saldana as MJ, Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange, and what else? Oh yeah, J.K. Simmons as J.Mo Jameson, Willem Dafoe as once again as Green Goblin, Alfred Molina as once again as Dr. Octopus. And so the plot for Spider-Man No Way Home, this will take place right after Spider-Man Far From Home left off. Remember that post-credits scene of end of Far From Home, when Peter Parker's life got screwed up because of Mysterio revealed his identity, but then Peter Parker's life was ruined because of many people at New York City hate him because he's a menace. But then Peter wants to go to university with Ned and MJ, but he had to fix some problems, but he'll help Doctor Strange, played by Benedict Cumberbatch once again, while Peter Parker is talking to Stephen Strange about how to cast a spell for everyone forget it's Spider-Man, but then Doctor Strange is casting a spell on Peter Parker, everyone forget it's Spider-Man, but then the spell got horribly wrong and sent every other Spider-Man live-action movies to set into another universe. And now it's up with Spider-Man. Peter Parker / Spider-Man has to send every villain from every Sony Spider-Man villain back to another universe. And that's the plot for this movie. So, after I watched this movie in theaters for 3 times, what's my opinion on Spider-Man No Way Home after I walk out of the movie at Silver Spot Cinemas? I gotta say, this is by far the best Spider-Man movie I've seen. I gotta say that, no joke, this is hands down the best Spider-Man movie right now. I adore Spider-Man No Way Home. Spider-Man No Way Home is now easily my favorite superhero movie of the year so far, and easily my second favorite movie of 2021. I freaking love Spider-Man No Way Home. It's now my favorite live-action Spider-Man movie of all time, and now my second favorite movie, Spider-Man movie under Spider-Verse. I love Spider-Man No Way Home. It's now my favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe movie of all time. God, I love No Way Home. It exploded my expectations going for this movie. I was so blown away and surprised how spectacular this movie is. So yeah, are there any negatives? Sorry guys, I have no negatives. Overall, this movie is spectacular in my opinion. So yeah, let's get into the positives. I love the story of this movie. I really love the story of Peter Parker / Spider-Man wants to raise people's mind because of many people want to forget Peter Parker's identity of Spider-Man. He has to let Stephen Strange to make that spell, but then the spell gods wrong to send many people through this universe who knows Spider-Man. I love the story of this movie. It is clever, creative, action-packed, shocking, mind-blowing, funny, hilarious, and especially emotional, because this is by far the most emotional Spider-Man movie so far, because my goodness, this movie is so emotional and satisfied, because I won't spoil the thing what happens because, guys, I won't spoil anything because this is a no spoiler review. If you haven't seen this movie, pause the video, go see this movie now in theaters. You will love it to death. So yeah, I love Spider-Man No Way Home storytelling. It is very original and creative because of the director of John Watts, who is the director of Spider-Man Homecoming and Far From Home, nailed it once again out of the park. So yeah, also the visual effects. I love the visual effects. The visual effects is by far the best visual effects from a Spider-Man movie so far. I love the visual effects. I love the costume designs. I really love the character designs. I love the costume designs. I love the Spider-Man's new suits. Every he tries on, I love the new suits. Also, I really love the new costumes on some of the villains like Green Goblin, Electro. They look awesome and creative, in my opinion. Also, the backgrounds, I love the backgrounds areas. I really love the visual effects on the mirror dimension, like in Doctor Strange. I love the mirror dimension visuals. It is very amazing and creative. Also, I really love some of the action scenes. This is by far the best action scenes I've seen in an MCU movie so far. And some of the best action from a Spider-Man movie so far. I freaking love the action. I love the bridge fight between Iron Spider-Man versus Dr. Octopus in the bridge fight scene. That part is amazing. Also, I really love the intense apartment scene when Green Goblin tried to attack Peter Parker / Spider-Man while Electro, Sandman, and the Lizard got away. But I really love the apartment battle scene when Peter Parker is trying to stop the Green Goblin, the main villain. I love that scene so much. It is very creative and very intense and emotional. So yeah, also the climax. The climax is the best part of the movie. I freaking love the climax. The climax is one of the best climax I've seen in a comic book movie so far. I freaking love the climax. It's by far the best climax from a superhero movie yet. So yeah, I love this movie so much. It has some of the best action I've seen in an MCU movie, and the best action scene I ever seen in a Spider-Man movie I've seen. So yeah, also the characters, once again, the characters are still lovable and likable. Let's start with our main lead, Tom Holland as Spider-Man / Peter Parker. Once again, Tom Holland nailed it as Peter Parker / Spider-Man because Tom Holland is now my favorite Spider-Man so far because I love Tom Holland as an actor. I really love him. I really love him in this movie a lot because this is by far Tom Holland's best one he has ever done. I love him as Peter Parker / Spider-Man a lot. You feel bad for his character when many people try to attack him on New York City. You feel bad for Peter Parker when he's going from so many stuff, like losing so many stuff, like when many people are trying to hate on him for his identity, losing a lot of his friends and her loving aunt. You feel bad for him, which I really care for Peter Parker a lot as a character. Because Tom Holland's Peter Parker got through the most struggle yet so far. Also, we have Ned. I love Ned. Ned is such a great, lovable / likable character to Peter Parker's friend. I love Ned. Ned is funny. Also, I love Zoe Saldana as MJ. I love MJ. She is so wonderful. Also, I love Tom Holland and Zoe Saldana's chemistry. Very creative. Also, we have Aunt May. I love Aunt May. Aunt May is wonderful. Also, we have Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange in this movie. I love Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. He was awesome in my opinion. He's not in the movie that much, but he is great. Also, let's talk about the returning villains. Wow. I love the villains in some of the live-action Spider-Man movies, but in this movie, I love them. I love the villains in this movie a lot more than they used to be in the live action movies, in my opinion. Let's start with the main villain, Green Goblin, played by Willem Dafoe once again. Wow! Freaking wow. I love Willem Dafoe in this movie. He was a lot more scary and intimidated more than the first Sam Raimi movie, in my opinion. Because Willem Dafoe, once again, nailed it as Green Goblin for the second time. I love the Green Goblin so much. Also, we have Alfred Molina as Dr. Octopus. I love him a lot more than Spider-Man 2. He was amazing in this movie. By the power of sun in the palm of my hands. I love Alfred Molina as Dr. Octopus. He nailed it. Also, Sandman in this movie. I love Sandman a lot more than Spider-Man 3 he was in. Also, Lizard was better, and especially Electro was even better. He was in Amazing Spider-Man 2, which in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Electro, he was bland and forgettable. But in this movie, he was a lot better. I love his new look more than the blue turd Smurf looking. So yeah, his look in this movie was badass. Also, I really love all the characters in No Way Home. I won't spoil what happens, who comes back, but you will love some of the other characters. I won't spoil what happened. So yeah, overall, guys, this is hands down the best MCU movie and the best Spider-Man movie ever. Sorry, Endgame, Infinity War, and Spider-Verse, but No Way Home is now the new favorite so far. So yeah, overall, no negatives. I freaking love Spider-Man No Way Home. It's now my second favorite Spider-Man movie ever made, and my favorite live-action Spider-Man movie with great writing, lovable characters, awesome visuals, and great action. Overall, no negatives. I give this movie a 10 out of 10. Stay tuned for my next movie review, and that's it for my movie reviews of 2021. And now it's time to do my best movies of 2021 and get totally wicked!